All right, guys, so I'm going to do my best to wrap it up in this video. I want to go back to some design elements and just tying things together a little bit more consistently and clearly. As you can see, again, I have two titles. I have Philippines and I fell off here. These do not look related because I've used really distinctly different colors. And so an option you would have is to kind of tie things together is just to be consistent. And I think personally, I'd like the green here from the Philippines the best. So while I have this clip active, I'm going to come over to Title, Edit, and I will open up that shape again. And since I don't know exactly what green that is, if I wanted to add that to the next title, I'll come over here and double click the color. And you'll see I can grab the hexadecimal code, okay, 155707. And then I can come over here to my next title. And you'll see I'm still in the edit menu. So now I'm just in the edit menu for these shapes. And I'll go ahead and change this blue to the same green. Okay, I've got another shape that's got blue. I'll change that to green. And now I've just got much better consistency in all of my titles. All right. Now again, there are other things that we can do to make things even more consistent. In terms of the visuals, you'll see that these were all shot with the same camera and the same plays. The lighting looks really consistent and beautiful. So you may not feel like there's a lot that you need to do to the actual footage itself to make it look consistent. But if you did need to, you'll see that you have an option over here, okay, color. And if I open that up, okay, while I have a clip selected, you'll see I can come in here and change the color. Okay, we did that in a previous video, so that's not going to look too super new for you. Again, play with that. You'll see that you have another area under color called Edit. And so you could also come in and manually change the exposures, tint, highlights, saturation, and whatnot. Down here at the bottom, you also have some advanced options that might not be immediately open, but if you open it up, you'll see that you can play with it looking like faded film. You can manually sharpen the quality of the image. And the thing I like to play with a lot here is you've got this option for vignettes. Okay, that just sort of frames it in either shadow of black or shadow of white. Okay, and while I've got a strong vignette placed, I can also feather it. Okay, and that's just going to soften as I get really sharp, or I soften it a great deal. Okay, I'm not going to play with that for now. What I'm going to do instead is bring in some other assets to further customize this. Okay, and to do that, again, I'm going to go up to my Add Media button, and I'm going to click on Media, and I need to navigate to where I have these images saved, okay? And these were the images, or these were the files I asked you to save from Blackboard. And for me, I have them under exercise files. You just navigate to wherever you have them. But what I'm going to start off with is the gradient. And actually, while I'm here, I might as well just go ahead and grab both of these. Okay? And I'll go ahead and close this window. And I don't actually want this gradient to be part of my video, nor the little logo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this up. Okay, and I can drag both of these up. Okay, that one's being finicky now. I'm going to drag my titles up. And I'm going to start with this gradient for the time being, and I'll come back to my little logo. You can see how this is interacting now. This gradient is actually being applied on top of my video. And this is something I could go ahead and drag out all the way to the left, drag this one all the way to the right. Okay, and this effect will apply to all of my video. Now, this may or may not be something that you love on this video in particular, but it does give you some options. Again, if you're pulling clips from really divergent sources and you want it to have some sense of continuity, using something like this can be really helpful. Okay, And then I'm going to try to bring up my Tony TV logo. Okay, and I want that on its own track as well. And again, all I'm doing is dragging it up. And I'm going to go ahead and make that as long as the video. I feel like my tracks keep changing in length. I don't know what's going on here. And now you'll see that this little logo is on top of all of my clips. And this actually comes from another instructor. I grabbed it quickly just so I had something to utilize for class today. And let's just say again that this was, a YouTube channel that perhaps you put videos on, on a weekly basis, and you want to make sure no one steals them and claims that they're theirs. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform this logo, okay, by going to, again, my transform menu. If you hover, it says crop and rotate. I tend to always call it my transform menu. And I'm going to go ahead and just change the placement. I want it to be in the corner. I want it to be smaller. I actually want that to be fairly small. Again, I'll just go ahead and continue to shift that over. Okay, so that will sit in the bottom right frame in all of my clips. And also, because I don't really want it to be in everyone's face the entire time, I'm going to go ahead and lower the opacity so it's a little bit like a watermark. And so if I move my playhead over and hit play again, you'll see Tony TV and the gradients present the entire time. My music is playing, my audio is playing, my titles are coming up the way I expect. Again, I fell off here. Okay, and then it's going to end with one final look at the Philippines. Okay, so guys, this is what you'll be doing for your Thursday post this week. It's a really small assignment. What I want you to do is, using the tools and techniques that I've discussed in these videos, I want you to pull at least 3 of your own videos and put them together in a fun and compelling manner. You can use whatever kind of music you like. If you want to apply a voiceover and talk over the entire video, you can do so. Bottom line, I just want this to be a fun little assignment. Gives you an opportunity to do something creative this week, gives you an opportunity to experiment with a new tool. And ideally, if you find that this is useful and you've got an idea for something that could go in your portfolio, this would be a great extra, okay? Again, to apply, perhaps you use it on your About Me page. Perhaps you want, again, to illustrate that you've got a unique skill that maybe doesn't translate that well on your resume, and bring it to life with a video. That's something you consider, again, for your portfolio. But for this week, just keep it fun. If you want to kind of cover what your life at home is like, that's awesome. I'm going to post a video myself and give you an opportunity to see what my crazy life looks like with my little beastie children running around the house. I have plenty of those videos to work with, so I will post on Thursday as well. I hope you guys are having an excellent week, and please email if you have any questions.